There is something absolutely ridiculous about the plot hole of Azriel being a torturer for the Night Court, but Rhysand not reading anybody's minds because it's invasive and a bad thing to do. Like, you're telling me, Rhysand, you waffle with arms, that you would rather have your friend who with a lot of trauma and issues physically torture information out of your prisoners or whatever, rather than you just doing like a little look-see inside their mind because you don't want to deal with the burden of breaking into someone's mind without their permission. Azriel is breaking their bodies without permission. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? And then Rhysand's stance on this is framed as correct as he starts to teach Feyre about being a daemati. And then Feyre, she breaks into Lucian's mind a couple times and she feels just really bad about it, but she also just wanted to know if Elaine was going to be safe. And Rhysand's like, okay, you're all good. Just like, don't do it again. Like, you know what it feels like to break into someone's mind without their permission. Just don't do it again. But like, Feyre wasn't wrong for breaking into Lucian's mind because mind reading is wrong. She was wrong for doing that because Lucian is her friend and she should have known better. Like, if you need a spy, that's one thing. I think every country needs like an espionage network, especially with the politics of Prythian and like the enmity going on between all the different courts. Like, having a spy network makes sense. And like, maybe they have a torturer because they want to look like bad guys to everybody, like that way, like they can protect the Night Court and protect Velaris and all of that. But you are leaving the Court of Nightmares and Illyria open to scrutiny and open to discrimination and open to a lot of bullshit because you want to protect Velaris by being bad guys, and then you're mad when no one wants to be diplomatic with you. You're using all your hard power and none of your soft power. Like, your hard power is like, I don't know, like, I guess like your spy network, your military, your weapons networks, and like all of that stuff. Your soft power is public relations. Your soft power is being able to play nicely with the countries around you. And the Night Court, they can do that, but they don't want the other courts to know that they can do that because they are investing so much in their hard power infrastructure that they have no soft power like to begin with, and then they're mad that no one wants to fuck with them, and that it makes no sense to me, absolutely none. And then because he doesn't want to deal with the cognitive dissonance and feeling like you did something wrong, or like the actual doing something wrong of breaking into someone's mind to get the information inside of it, you would rather your friend take on that burden and torture all of your political enemies. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. And then when your torturer gets a glimpse of even an ounce of happiness, an ounce of softness and light in this cruel world that you have placed him in, you're like, oh no, you can't see her anymore. Like, if you still want her, go to a brothel and pay for it. This is not a ship war post. This is not a ship war post. I am a healed individual. I am not going to make everything about Elreal. I refuse. But yeah, this is one of those things that makes no sense to me from like a diplomatic standpoint, from a political standpoint. Like, everything about the way the Night Court is situated, it makes no sense to me. Like, I'm hoping that later books explain why that the Night Court needs to rely so much on their hard power and how they were able to get anything done in regards to building Velaris, in regards to trade with the other courts. Like, how does the Night Court sustain itself? How does it literally do anything? Because if for them to be like such war crime guys, like in our world, like if you're like the war crime country, you get sanctioned. Like, you might also get like weapons thrown at you, like it might sold to you by like the countries that are trying to sanction you, but like that's another conversation for another day. We're not having that. We're not having that talk today. But in an ideal world, in a simpler world, the war crime countries get sanctioned. They have more tariffs on them. They have to pay fines, like all that stuff. How is the Night Court surviving? The other 6 courts looking at them most askance for what they're doing. I don't know. I want to find out. Like, could someone write the Geneva Conventions for Prythian? Am I gonna have to do that? Is that gonna be like my new hobby, writing the Geneva Conventions for Prithian? Because I'll fucking do it.